Good morning, good evening, YouTube citizens. This is the 406 stacker. Today we're working on an old safe. Bought this about 12 years ago, maybe 15. I moved 8 years ago and I lost the combination. So I've been spending the last 6 months on and off trying different things to cut it. You can see here. Finally was able to remove this block from it. On the corner you can see I had to chisel it out. And we got some coins inside. Now I know a lot of what's in here. A lot of it is nickels, real nickels before they changed them. But there's silver in there. I'm not sure exactly what is and what is not in there, but we're going to find out together. Okay, after much effort, I was finally able to get everything out of that. Found a couple of coins right off the bat. I think this is an old one set. Wheat penny. Most of it are nickels. Got a bag back here. I know that's got silver in it. I'm not sure what this little tin box is here. We'll open that in a second. Anyway, we'll go through it here in just a minute and see what all we have. All right, we got the coins all cleaned up. Now I know serious collectors are going to have a fit that I clean coins, but these were so bad. And most of them, like 99% of this, is just nickels that are going to get returned. At the time that I was saving these, nickels were worth about 7.5 cents. Now they're closer to actual being worth a nickel again. So, yeah, 2014 and older nickels, I think 1946 to 2014 nickels, are actually made out of nickel. The new ones are not. So I actually put these in just a little tumbler for just a few minutes with some soap. Don't think I ruined any value, but again, there's not a whole lot of value. Any value is going to be like in the actual silver itself. And you can see I didn't clean them to the point where they're super clean, but they'll go through a coin machine now. So I'm going to sort these out, and then we'll be back to find out what there actually is. I started sorting a couple out. Got some just 1982 and older pennies. Those are pure copper. They're worth 2.5 cents. Some wheat pennies. An old Canadian penny from 1960. And then this old 1 cent penny. Old Indian head penny. 1867, I think it says on there. Or 1862. Anyway, we'll be back after we get these sorted into stacks to find out what we actually have. And we still have to open up these two. All right, so we got our pile of nickels over here, and then these are really the more interesting coins. So these rows here are all wheat pennies. Must have had a couple of rolls of them in that old safe. These are 1982s. Again, they're just pennies, but they're pure copper, so they're worth quite a bit more than a penny. Had an Eisenhower dollar in there, right? 40% silver, worth like $7 right now. Had some overseas coins, 1875 Reich. Not worth a whole lot, but they're pretty cool. I have no idea where I got these. I don't know if they were in my grandfather's collection or where they came from. 1859. Pretty cool pennies. Here's a cool one. This is a 3-cent piece, US 3-cent piece. The date on that one is 1868. I don't know if you can see that. 1868 right there at the bottom. Another US 1 cent piece. Indian head penny. It's an 1863 Army Navy penny. Again, I'm not sure how I acquired these back in the day, but they've been in this safe for at least 15 years. That's that 3-cent piece again. Then I had a couple of large cents, 1848. Not bad shape, considering it's 180 years old or something like that. 1840, one set. Again, I think these came from my great-great-grandfather. A couple of Canadian pennies, old ones, 1864, 1960, 1964. So this is really what I've been waiting to get into. This is just a tin can that I had some stuff into. I haven't gone through it yet, so you get to do that with me. Hopefully we can get this off there. It's a Canadian bill. It might not come off. $1 Canadian. I'm pretty sure my mother's father got this somewhere. I don't remember where. It's a shame that it got basically destroyed. I'm sure it's not real rare. Penny or something stuck to it. So the story behind this safe, I moved from Pennsylvania to Montana 12 years ago. We were going to get a house here. And after living in that house for a couple of years, wasn't for us. So we had a neighbor that gave us some property to build on. We lived in an RV during that time. Old 1940 nickel. Buffalo head. I'll tell you a story about this buffalo head in a minute. Or Indian head. Buffalo coin. Anyway, the neighbor gave us some land to build on, and we lived in a camper for a year and a half in Montana. While we lived in that camper, we were building a house, and that safe had been stored in kind of like a Costco canopy shelter. Of course, after one winter, it was destroyed. Snow destroyed basically everything in there. We moved into our house the following winter. I think it was 40 below zero the night we moved into our house, and it was never so warm as having wood heat. But anyway, the safe sat there outside. Let's see, 1941 nickel. This safe sat outside for a couple of years, and that's how everything got wet. The combination got left in the camper when we moved into the house. Some type of rodent shredded the combination for that safe. So, in the meantime, it sat and deteriorated. And about 6 months ago, I decided I was going to get into this safe and find out exactly what was in it, right? And this is what was in it. These, I think, are just older nickels. There might be some wheat pennies or something in there. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of value in this one. 10 cents Africa coin. Sorry, it wasn't in focus. 10-cent African coin. Just stuff that I collected over the years. A lot of these coins, these buffalo nickels. I worked at McDonald's when I was a teenager in Coudersport, Pennsylvania. And somebody brought a bunch of these in to pay for a sandwich. Probably not realizing what they were. Took them out of somebody's collection or something. Anyway, my manager was nice enough to let me put a couple of quarters in the till and get these out. This bag here, you can see it says First National Bank of Coudersport, Pennsylvania. This, I'm pretty sure it is, is all silver from my grandfather and uncle. When the U.S. was going off of the silver gold standard in 1964, he decided that he was going to save any coins. That bag's so bad it's torn in the back. He was going to save any coins, and these were coins that he saved. 1941 quarter, 50 quarter, 45, 43. So that 4 quarters, that's $18 at current silver price. Let's see what else we have in here. Some dimes. I prefer the mercury dimes, but silver's silver, right? 61 quarter, a 44. $19.21. Beautiful coins. These will never leave my collection, of course, because they were in the families. This one here, I specifically remember. You can see how worn it is. My grandfather carried this in his shoe all through the Depression. He carried that thing till it was almost a slick. But he always wanted to have money on him, and he was under the impression that when you had silver on you, it would draw all their money towards you. So anyway, I'll never get rid of any of these. These were all collected by my great-grandfather. Great-great-grandfather, I guess. And my uncle from their little general store in Pennsylvania. 43. Let's see what else we got here. 44. 43. 1921. Just the beautiful coins. I mean, they've got patina because they're so old. My uncle had them in kind of a nice bag at one point, but unfortunately, due to life, things happen, and that safe got left outside and soaking wet. There's another 42 quarter. Here we go. This is the dimes that I like, the old mercury dimes. Just beautiful. And I've got a few tubes of these that I bought for possible barter or whatever in the future. You can see my intro video to see why I stack. There he goes, another 35. That's getting old, huh? 64, the last year of the silver quarter. Looks like my grandfather mostly collected quarters. 60, 42, another 64, 41, 47. There's a couple more dimes in here. Another mercury. Do like the mercuries. Pretty good shape. 45, a 63, 53, a 41, 50-cent piece, of course. 57, 64, there's a 42, the year we went to war. 45, 64, 48. I think that one's can't quite make the date out on that one. 36. That's probably the oldest one. And then 50-cent piece in 1966. So definitely fun to get in a safe and find out what was in there. Let me count up real quick what we got in face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7 in quarters, $7.25. You got 4 silver dollars. About 80 cents in coins. So $12 or $13 in face value. I think I paid $18 last time, so a couple $100 worth of silver there. We're going to take all these coins and take them down to the local credit union where I do some business and cash them in. When I was collecting them, they were worth a little over 7 cents a piece because nickel was worth more. Right now they're not. They're worth nickel. So we're going to cash them into something that's worth a little bit more. I'll finish going through this. I'm sure there's, I see another wheat penny in there. And I think some of these nickels are just older nickels. They're not of any real value. There's another, that's a 1937 Canadian penny. Let's see if the camera will focus. There we go. 1937 Canadian. So pretty old. But anyway, yeah, thanks for going through this with me. This was a pain to get in that safe. It was 1.25 inches thick. As you can see here, I spent dozens of dollars on different blades and stuff. Finally ended up using a bandsaw, and the bandsaw blade broke with that much left, so I ended up chiseling it off, as you saw in one of the videos. Might be on a short. But got in there, can move on with that part of my life, and hopefully it made a great video for everybody. Until next time, this is the 406 Stacker.